Hi, this is my review of the book In Search of the Real Spirit of Christmas by Shaeffer. I got an advance reader copy of this book. I believe it's a reprint from NetGalley in return for an honest review. NetGalley is an internet service where you can get advanced reader copies called ARCs, ebooks ones, in return for an honest review. Much of my TikTok posts in the last month or so have been inspired by this book. And, you know, obviously Christmas has become very commercialized. It has become very present orientated. Christmas in our world today is commercial. It's about buying the best present. It's about spending money. I mean, I saw a YouTube video recently, a lady I follow called Nursery Nurse, and she did a skit about a parent saying they only had £100 to spend on their child, and another parent said that they were cheapskates, or basically said they were cheapskates. But £100 is such a massive amount of money, but parents are spending hundreds of pounds on their children, hundreds of pounds on their family. You know, people are spending money and getting in debt. And, you know, is that what Christmas is about? Is it about the presents? Is it about the food? And as Christians, it's so easy to be pulled into that. In fact, I'm sure we all are. Because that's how Christmas is done. That's probably how we were raised. That's how we've raised our children. But as Christians, we know that Christmas is more than that. We know that Christmas is about Jesus. Because that's what this book is about. It's about searching out what the real spirit of Christmas is, what the real meaning is. Because as Christians, we know what it is. But it's so easy to get pulled in by the world. And obviously we have sayings like, Jesus is the reason for the season. But is it a platitude? So reading this book has made me really think about the real reason of Christmas, you know, and it has challenged me because, yeah, you know, Christmas, sparkly lights, Christmas tree, presents, food, we're all there. But where is Jesus in the middle of all this? And he should be centre. So I did one scrapbooking thing about what would it be like to be actually experience being there when Jesus was born, being in the stable, which was probably just a lean-to or maybe a cave. I did another one about the first thing that Jesus would have smelled would have been poop, because he was born with animals. You know, and to sum up the book, the spirit of Christmas is that God came down and made himself lowly. Not just lowly as a human, but lowly by our standards as well. I wasn't born in a barn. Were you born in a barn? Not many people will be, especially nowadays, but he was. The first Christmas wasn't Christmas trees and bright lights and food and buying presents. The first Christmas was painful, for Mary. It was a stable. It would have been dirty. It would have been smelly. There would have been animals bleating. There would have been mouldy straw. He was put in a manger, a tray, a trough. The King of Heaven sleeping in a trough meant for food for the animals, that the animals ate out of, and he was put in that to sleep. He became lowly, far lower than any of us. But for all that the author was talking about searching out the true spirit of Christmas, he forgot one thing, and that is everything needs to be backed up by the Bible. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of Bible verses in the book. And I found myself wanting Bible verses to back this up. I guess it's easy when you've been a Christian a long time, and I've been a Christian 37 years, I get it, you know, and especially I think he's the pastor, you know, he knows his thing, he knows, but he knows it, and he's talked about it without referring back to the Bible and without adding Bible verses to back everything up. And because of that reason, I'm not going to give the book a 5-star, because after a little while, even though I could see what he meant, I needed the Bible verses. I felt that I was yearning for the Bible verses, that I was dry from reading it because there was no Bible verses to back everything up. And I'm not saying there was none, because there were some, but not enough. Not enough. Nowhere near enough. You know, I would have preferred, you know, that there would have been whole passages of the Bible interspersed into what he was writing, you know, to back everything up. But not just back it up, but so we could know what he meant. I just think it's sad that he was writing about being in search of the real meaning of Christmas, the real spirit of Christmas. And he basically blew it because he didn't go to the real meaning of Christmas, the Bible. You know, he didn't go to the passages that needed to be in it. And because of that, this book left me feeling rather dry. Do I think someone should read it? I do. I do think he's got some very interesting ideas. I think it would be better if he edited it again and added Bible verses in, and cross-matched them, etc. But that's not necessarily that easy. I guess all I can say is read it and see what you think.